And why this driver of the car won't be charged.
Plus, no kids in the laundromat, and at least one customer calls out the company for forcing a mom to keep her children in a hot car.
And major high fives for Minnesota's new gold medalist. It's Suni Lee Day. But first, we start with some local breaking news this Friday morning. A search will continue today in Pembina County for a boy who hasn't been heard from for the past 3 days. The Sheriff's Department says Jacob Knutson was last seen at his home in Mountain, North Dakota this past Tuesday.
He was last seen wearing blue jeans, a gray t-shirt, and work boots. After a day of searching, authorities say they have found a hat that belonged to him, but nothing else. New this morning, police are calling it an unfortunate accident. They say that a woman accidentally hit the gas instead of the brakes while driving near the Summit Ridge Apartments in South Moorhead last night.
The patio door area of a ground level apartment is damaged. No one was hurt. No charges are being filed against the driver.
Yeah, I know for myself with the contacts, it's been really rough and our poor beautiful trees are suffering too, but yeah, it's just difficult to be out all day like this.
It was a tough day yesterday for a lot of people because of smoke coming from Canada. At one point, there were more than 130 separate wildfires reported along the borders of Manitoba and Ontario.
Now, that does seem like it's quite a ways away, but the wind is carrying all that smoke to us here in the valley. And there are air quality alerts once again over much of the region. So we want to check in with meteorologist Lisa Green. You have been tracking this for, well, weeks now?
Yeah, you know, and we keep seeing more smoke coming in, and then unfortunately it verifies, as we saw yesterday, those plumes just drop in as soon as we get a northerly wind. It was nice to get a break from the intense humidity and heat, but as soon as that cleared out, unfortunately, this is what we're dealing with. And so today is another day where we've got some problems here in the valley. We are all at least in this large red area. Keep in mind, we don't have data up north. That's why there's no color on the map here, but we're still dealing with some smoke in that area too. But we're at least in the red, and then there are places in the purple category, which is even worse, in that very unhealthy range, including Fargo, back over to Detroit Lakes, back down toward Hankinson, where we've been keeping an eye on our Skycam there, and beyond. And that means both categories mean it's unhealthy for everyone to get caught out in this. But in addition to that, it's going to be even more tough for those folks in that purple category. So it's a day where you want to stay indoors if you can here for today. Here's a look at our wildfire smoke we've got going on. We're looking at that smoke really affecting the Southern Valley first this morning as we head into the day. The issue is that normally it's the north wind that really brings it in. Well, that smoke went all the way down into South Dakota and into Minnesota, and a south wind kicking in today is now going to bring it back. So it's just going to kind of reinforce that smoke, especially in the southern end of the valley. Heading into tonight, we get a little lull in spots, but here comes the smoke again. A cold front moves through, and by Saturday morning, we've got that purple area indicating some thick, high concentrations of smoke moves southward and brings us some unhealthy air quality again tomorrow morning. Then we get a little bit of a break in the blue category here into Saturday night, and more areas are going to see that chance for some smoke up north. So I want to talk about what we can do to stay safe, because we're looking at this being an ongoing issue, and the longer we're exposed to it, the harder on our system it is. So here's a look at what you can do here. First of all, wearing an N95, R95 mask can help filter out that smoke. We don't want you necessarily going out and buying it, but if you have some at home, use that. If you don't, at home, indoors, choose a room to close off and stay in there and run a portable air filter in there. That way it's not working so hard to keep the entire house clear. And then in addition, your air conditioner, set it to recirculate your air instead of bringing in that air from outside with using high efficiency filters. Also, some things you might not think of: avoid more irritants. So don't burn candles, don't vacuum, because that stirs up more particles in the air and makes it harder on your system. And if you've got some health issues, monitor your health closely. This is going to be an issue not only today, but into the next couple of days. And as long as those wildfires are burning, we're going to have to keep an eye on this through the rest of summer.
All great reminders.
They sure are, Lisa. Thank you.
It's a gold medal day in Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz has proclaimed it Suni Lee Day in honor of St. Paul gymnast who won the gold medal in the individual all-around competition at the Tokyo Olympics. Walz says Lee has made Minnesota and the U.S. proud by etching her name among the legendary USA Olympians.
Now, she is the first among American Olympian to bring home a gold medal. The 18-year-old became the 5th straight American woman to claim the Olympic title in the women's Olympic gymnastics all-around competition. A Fargo woman wants change after watching a single mother struggle to do laundry at a laundromat that does not allow children inside.
She says the mom was faced with a choice: give her kids clean clothes or have them sit in a hot car for hours. Tanya Janich says she watched the single mom leave her 3 kids between ages 6 and 2 years old in the car for hours with temperatures in the 90s. The owner of the laundromat says they've had a no children allowed policy for more than a year. And that's because children still can't be vaccinated, so they don't want them inside to protect other customers.
There's tables in there. Those kids could have sat at that table with a mask on and covered their face instead of sitting in a hot car for 3.5 hours.
The owner of that laundromat says the no children rule will stay in place until, in her words, COVID is over.
There's a big change of plans coming for families in Horace. The new high school will not be ready for the first day of school on Thursday, August 26th.
One of the big problems for the contractors there is the supply chain. It's not giving them all the products they need to finish the school. The West Fargo School District sent an email to parents saying they're working closely with the staff at Horace High School and Heritage Middle School to accommodate both the 9th and 10th grade students at Heritage.
When the school will be finished is still up in the air. The district says contractors haven't given them a timeline, as it all depends on how quickly they receive their supplies.
What used to be the quiet town of Horace is now exploding with developments and new residents. Along with that growth, though, there comes growing pains that the city wasn't expecting.
Horace officials say they were alerted last week that people living on 7th Street East have the same address as those living out near Oxbow. So the city is now working with both the Postal Service and the county to fix it.
We always have to say, do not put it in Google Maps, you will go to Oxbow. And then we'll get a call from the delivery people in Oxbow and have to give them directions.
The city says it's not clear how this happened and they don't know how long it's going to take to correct.
The Fargo Blues Fest is back and it's bigger than ever before. Big names like Samantha Fish and John Primer are hitting Newman Outdoor Field this weekend.
Also hitting the field this morning is the Valley Today's Brian Sherrod. He joins us live with what you can expect when you head out. Good morning.
And good morning, Jordan and Lisa. I might be on the field, but you're not going to hear me playing, but you're going to definitely hear Jamie Smith here and also Seth Schaefer. They're going to be playing this afternoon. Thank you guys, of course, for being with me this morning. You know, for people who are getting a chance to be introduced to you guys, what should we expect?
You can expect some Aretha Franklin, some Elvis, some Coco Taylor, some Etta James, kind of a big genre of blues music. Yeah.
And of course, you guys are going to be playing this afternoon. I guess what time should we expect?
Should we expect around
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, 4:30, and 6:30, in between all the main stage acts.
Okay. So for both of you guys, how excited are you to be able to be playing on this awesome Newman Outdoor Field?
Super excited. It should be a great attendance. There'll be a lot of people here, lots of music. It's a great opportunity. Yeah.
Okay. The same question for you, Seth.
Yeah, I love blues music. I can't wait to play out here. It's my first time out here as seeing the main show and playing. I just can't wait to let loose and get down.
So for anyone who's going to be doing this show for the very first time or coming for the very first time, I guess let people know what you want them to feel.
Just enjoy themselves. I mean, just laugh, dance, just have a good time.
Love that.
Yeah.
Check all the local vendors, check all the local food, all the drinks, and just get ready with that music and get out with this nice, beautiful weather.
Awesome. I absolutely love that. Of course, thank you, Seth and Jamie, for being here with me this morning. And we're going to toss back to you in the studio for now, Jordan and Lisa. All the details can be found at valleynewslive.com.
Sounds like a fun weekend for sure. Thank you, Brian.
Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Our question today is 55% of people say they always keep one of these in their vehicle.
The answer? A roll of toilet paper. You never know.
I like how we made the exact same gesture. When that happened,
What do
we
you
were
do?
like, whoa,
Well, what do
I
you
don't know
do?
what else to say about it. Yeah, a rough situation. But remember, you can play along every day. Just head to the Valley News Live Facebook page.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up on the Fargo CBS.